Hello and howdy, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're looking at question A3 on the 2017 Canadian Intermediate paper. In the 3x3 grid shown, each of the three symbols has a different value. So we've got hearts, triangles, and squares. Okay. The sum of the values of the symbols in each row is given to the right. The sum of the values of the symbols in each column is given below the column. What is the value of x? Okay. So we could probably try and experiment with this question, maybe even work out what the triangle is, what the square is, and what the heart is. And I'll probably do that towards the end of the video, but I want to show you a nice, quick, short way to do this. Get rid of the last question, obviously. So I'm gonna copy the grid real quick. I know X is up here. It was heart. I think it was three triangles all the way down here. I think it was a square here, and I think there were a couple squares here and maybe a triangle. Let's see how good my memory is. Oh man, I am on fire today. Oh, fantastic. Got the whole thing. I don't remember the numbers. I think it was a 20 there, but should have looked while I was there. 20, 12, and 22. The order actually doesn't matter down here. And then over on the side, we had X, 20, and 15. Okay. Now, X here is, according to them, it's heart plus triangle plus square. And 20 here is square plus triangle plus square, just as it is down here. And this 15 is heart, triangle, triangle. And this triangle, or heart, square, heart. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Now, what happens if I add up these three numbers that are themselves the sums of the columns? Well, I get 12 plus 20, which is 32, plus 22 is 54. But that 54 is representing every single shape added up once. What happens if I add up these numbers here that are themselves the sums of the columns? The answer that I get should be the sum of every single shape used exactly once in their spots. So this sum 54 is the same as x plus 20 plus 15, or x plus 35. So this is a really quick way to find x. I've got a nice little equation. I just need to solve it. And we can see x is going to be 19 without any real trouble. And I have no idea what the heart is worth or what the square is worth. It doesn't matter. So it's a nice little trick. They probably want you to waste a little bit of time working these things out. I'm going to do that now, just in case you worked it out and you're dying to know, oh, did I get the right things? But that's a nice little shortcut because they have some of the sums already done for us. Okay? It wouldn't work if, for example, we didn't know another one of these values. You know, if this was a y, we couldn't use that trick, but because we know almost everything, we're able to work it out. Okay, so 12 here is three triangles. So I'm going to ignore the x equals 15. I'm going to work it out the way they probably made other people do it. So divide by 3 on both sides. The triangle is worth 4. So let's get these triangles out of here and replace them with 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. And so now this 20 down here is 4 plus 2 squares. So 16 is 2 squares. Divide both sides by 2. You get 8 for a square. So let's get these squares out of here. And now you can either use the last row or the first column with this 22. It's going to create a little bit more space. I'm going to use the 15 for fun, I guess. But 15 is now heart plus 4 plus 4. So subtract 8 from both sides. 7 is heart. Now we can move that in. Now we know what all the numbers are. And what is x? Well, it's 7 plus 4 plus 8. It's heart plus triangle plus square. And we get 19. Just as we did with the shortcut way. But now we actually know what everything's worth. Okay? So there we go. Answer to A3. We actually got it 2 different ways. And I'm always a big fan of when you can do questions in multiple different ways. And who knows, maybe our next question, question 4, can be done in 3 ways. You'll have to tune in and find out. I'll see you for that next time.